All right, we got another treat tonight. We've got two guys that are future NFL hopefuls, brothers Josh Green and James Green from Tennessee State. Guys, first of all, thanks so much for joining us. Really glad that you could be with us this evening. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Amazing.
So did you guys watch the Combine at all? And if you did, what are your thoughts on the Combine itself and kind of having to start getting ready for it in the coming months?
Speed. That's the biggest thing I got from the Combine is speed. So just work on my speed because the game is definitely getting faster and faster year by year. So
how do you, because like as an old slow dude, how do you get faster? Do you have like a speed coach or a running coach or something that allows you to improve that 40 time, for example?
yes, sir. Our strength coach, we do a lot of speed things daily. So really the biggest thing about speed is being consistent with your training and flexibility also too, but really just being consistent.
Okay.
The biggest thing from the Combine that I seen just about the whole class was I feel like this draft class is really balanced this year, and there will be a lot of steals in the late 6th and 7th round this year.
There are 4 guys from Tennessee State that are draft eligible entering the draft this year. Are you guys talking to them, or are they kind of sending information down as to what to expect for guys like you that are getting ready to head to the draft next year and coming years after that?
Not really a lot of conversation, more so just observing and watching the training and different things they're doing to prepare for the draft.
Josh, what about you?
Same thing, just really observing, going in there, not really interrupting anything, just looking and taking notes basically on how their day goes and what they do to prepare for the draft. Their training is different from a normal person like me training, who I'm getting ready for the season, getting ready for spring football, trying to condition everything. It's totally different. So you're just basically seeing the transition from having a football season to getting right onto it and get ready for the draft.
Now, is your coaching staff, I mean, I know they're not technically players anymore, they're getting ready for the draft, but is your coaching staff kind of working with these guys a little bit, or do they have their own trainers and do you still using your facilities, or how does that work?
Well, they're just really with the strength coach, like that's their best friend right now. So not really with the coaches no more. This is kind of like their own path. Like this is all them, and they're just with the strength coach working day in and day out.
Spring football starts tomorrow, Ted.
You guys fired up? When's your spring game?
April 9th.
April 9th? I'm going to write that down.
I want tickets. I want to go.
Yeah.
Oh, we got you. We got you.
All right. This is a question for both you guys. Since James is the eldest brother here, we'll start with him. James, who do you model your game after?
To be completely honest, I really don't have anybody I model my game after. I played safety most of my life, so I was a big Sean Taylor fan. Like that was the dude. When I got moved to linebacker coming into college, I didn't really have a linebacker I modeled my game after. It's kind of like I focused on myself and what I need to do and different things I need to work on. But I just really try to play the game with an edge, play fast, and play with some intelligence.
I assume your coaching staff asked you to move to linebacker. Was that after you got to college, or was that something you knew coming to Tennessee State?
Yeah, so once I came into I really didn't know, they really didn't know what position I was going to play. So once I got to Tennessee State, I kind of played like a strong safety, nickel back, and then I got moved into the box. And then the position I play is more so like a hybrid. So I go in the box, outside the box, I play man-to-man on the slide, tight end. I pretty much do it all.
Do you think you would be better suited in the NFL as a linebacker or a defensive back then?
Either one. I will succeed in either position.
Come on,
man. and brother Josh is laughing at him. Josh, who do you model your game after?
He models his game after me.
Hey, you know what? Real quick before Josh answers, after I watched James' tape, I got Sean Taylor written on my notes.
Did you really?
Yeah. What are the odds? We didn't discuss that.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I'd say he's correct with that assumption.
Josh, what about you? Who do you model your game after?
It's crazy because I'm just like James. I don't, I got asked this question a few times throughout my life, and the answer always is I never really modeled my game after anybody. I never really can say I looked up to play my game after somebody. One thing I love seeing a DB. I'm not a hard-hitting DB. I'm a secure tackler. I'm a finesse DB. So I love seeing a safety or a corner coming down fast at a running back and just, going right at his knees and seeing him flip, do a whole cartwheel and all that. So I love seeing film like that. And, that's when I really watch a film of a certain DB, a corner, safety, nickelback, and I'll just go from there. But it's not really a certain person that I just model my game after. I just love watching film like that.
One thing I admire so much about defensive backs is that you guys are out on an island. You can look really great one play, and then you can give up a long touchdown in the next on the very next, and it looks like it's your fault, and everybody in the stands is looking at you and booing at you. How do you mentally block that out and come back and get ready to play the next series, the next set of downs?
It takes letting it happen to you sometimes, or really you just having that teammate that could just help you, get over it, tell you it's fine, next play it happens, and at the end of the day, after that happens, you have no choice but to get back right. Definitely if you're a leader of the defense, you have to buckle down, get ready for the next play call, and then you're giving all the signals and all the calls out to everybody to your corner and everything, so you can't leave them hanging, so you have no choice but to get over it.
Okay. Is there anything specifically that you guys are doing in getting ready for the draft, or are you guys more focused? Is it something you're not worried about right now? It's getting ready for spring football and Tennessee State football for the 2022 season.
Yeah, this is all about the 2022 season. The NFL draft is definitely going to come. It has its time. It will definitely come along. But we have big goals this season. We got things we have to achieve. I got things I want to achieve before I'm done with my college career. So I'm all focused in, all locked in on this upcoming season.
Josh?
Same thing, big season coming up, and it's James' last season in college football, so we have no choice but to make this one the best one. But at the same time, we do, like when we're working out, we'll have 40s that we practice or shuttles. That's a part of our workout. So that will help prepare us for the draft slowly. But the main focus is on spring and getting ready for the fall, getting everybody's bodies right, getting the team chemistry together. That's the main focus at the end of the day.
James, I saw an article and you had this really interesting quote. You said the atmosphere here, meaning at Tennessee State, is different. You can feel it in the locker room. You aren't just sitting with ordinary people. You are sitting with people that played the game at the highest level and were successful at it. And so this is my question about Eddie George, Ohio State alum Eddie George.
Oh, don't.
Now, seriously, does Eddie George had played the game in the NFL at a very, very high level? Does a guy like him as your head coach help you get ready for the NFL? And do you think the name of Eddie George or the staff he's bringing in gives you guys a better path to the NFL than say another school in your conference, for example?
Absolutely. Eddie George, day in and day out, he trains our mind to we're in grind mode. We don't get no handouts. Eddie George brings a lot of guys who played at the next level to come in and speak to us, and having a coaching staff filled with guys who play at the next level, they give us a lot of insights on how it is once you get there and what you have to do to prepare for that. So Eddie George definitely changed the atmosphere with this program. He gives us a little taste of what the next level is like.
Definitely mentally, him and the staff brings in a great overview of how we should act, how we should wake up and pursue ourselves as pros. And, just off the field things I can say is a real impact on the program. But, TSU throughout all the years have had NFL prospects every year come out.
Deion Sanders just nabbed the #1 recruit in the nation. It just seems to me like the profile of historically black colleges, universities, and smaller schools is sort of rising. It's getting a lot more notoriety than it has even just a few years ago. And my question is, with guys like Eddie and Deion raising the profile, do you see the path to the NFL becoming easier for guys like you coming out of HBCUs and small schools in general in the next 4 or 5 years?
Yes, Deion Sanders and Eddie George has brought so much attention to HBCU football, and it's amazing. And I just love what they're doing. So they definitely have made the path easier. The path is never easier, but they definitely made it easier enough for the attention. That's really what it has been with HBCUs. We really haven't had that outlet to get people's attention because HBCUs have a lot of talent. So with them becoming head coach for HBCU football teams, they definitely brought a lot of NFL attention and definitely gave us an opportunity and a platform to be able to showcase our talents.
Yeah, I can agree with James 100%. Definitely with the outlet, it's bringing a lot of exposure to HBCUs, definitely to, like how James said, all the athletes and all the talent that's built by HBCUs. So it's helping bring a lot of attention to the HBCUs. It's helping a lot of people that haven't gotten the exposure get the exposure ever since they came.
So one last question, and I'll let you guys go on. We'll start with you, Josh. Who's going to be the better pro football player, you or your brother James?
I'll say one thing. Growing up, I was always called the natural. I'm versatile. I can do it all. So, James, I'm not gonna lie, James, he's very versatile. He helps the defense a lot. Definitely defense, at linebacker, being able to put him out to coverage. But we have somebody like me that can come blitz and make the calls that I do. It's just, come on.
James, do you agree Josh is going to be the better pro, or is it going to be you?
Well, we on camera, so I'm gonna say both of us are gonna be great pros.
There we go. For this team.
But
team.
I think Josh and I are gonna have a great NFL career, and hopefully, if God bless us to play on the same team, that would be amazing.
I have a couple questions because there's a lot of similarities in your guys' game when it comes to when you watch the tape, and we'll run footage on both of you guys. What stands out to me is the confidence and the instincts that both of you have from the beginning. I mean, James, the way you track running backs and tackle for loss in the backfield, one step, shoots the gap. Ted, he killed some people. He put them out. There was some footage of a shotgun snap to the quarterback, and James almost took the shotgun snap. The instincts and the confidence I see, and Josh, your closing speed on those deep passes, the way you track the football, the confidence just exudes on both your guys' games. And I'm thinking, because you went to high school in the highly competitive state of Florida, is that kind of where it comes from? Or are you guys just both naturally competitors your whole lives? Because the confidence is what stands out the most in the tape.
I really got to give all the credit to my dad. Our dad, since we was young, told us don't play like robots. Just go play football. And really, it just comes with, as long as we've been playing the game since we was like 5 years old, football is football. Football's not hard. A formation, you're going to get a certain couple of plays out of it. So just being able to have that IQ, play with an IQ, or just play fast and not play with no worries. Don't worry about messing up. Just go, if you make a mistake, go play fast. And, and just putting in that extra work, extra film, you get a knack for it, and you just go play football. Like, I can't explain to you what I do. It happens. It's just like, okay, I'm just going to do this. So it's all instincts and confidence.
Yeah, I can agree with James. Our pops, just like how he said, when he always told us stop playing like robots. And, another thing that helped my confidence was just my freshman year of high school, seeing James do what he does on the field and me just sitting back looking from a different perspective. It kind of just told me, like, bro, just go out there and do you. You're the natural. Like, go out there, do the things that you do, play loose. And one thing about me, once I get a little bit of confidence on the field and I start doing what I have to do, it's over with. So I just keep playing and keep doing things. And then James on the field at the same time is what builds the confidence on me.
Yeah.
They're not both on the field at the same time. It's not too.
Knowing that that's what helps a lot too. Josh hit a great point. Knowing I have my brother behind me who knows just as much as I do, we're able to play off each other. We're able to feed off each other's energy, and then we're able to give that energy to everybody else on the team. So that plays a big role too.
I got Sean Taylor. Look, reminds me a lot of LeVar Arrington. You remember him playing linebacker?
I remember LeVar Arrington.
He has a closing speed of Arrington. On the other side,
really,
with Josh, I see a little Ty Law. But he's selling you short on his tackling skills, Ted. We're going to run some footage. He chops the feet off people. I swear, I watched some of that tape. There's at least four guys that lost their feet.
They always critique me on it, say it's not good and all that, but I don't know. It's just natural. I don't even know how to.
You don't see a lot of people doing it, but the tackling, it looks like Antoine Winfield.
Wow.
Because he comes up on a player, both of them. I mean, this guy Josh chops the ankles out. James just flat out knocks their sternum off.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I love this tape. You guys have all my votes for getting to the pros. And when you get your first contract and your first interview, I want you to say, what podcast are you going to say you were on to help you?
No, we got you guys for sure. We definitely. I love the energy you guys are bringing. So we will definitely remember you guys.
We're going to track you, and we will be there for whenever you guys want to come back.
Appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck to you this year at Tennessee State. By the way, Antoine Winfield also went to Ohio State, along with their head coach, Eddie George. There you go. Out there. But best of luck, guys, this year at Tennessee State and in the future, and we hope to see you in the NFL soon.
All right. Thank you, guys.
it.